Ladies and gentlemen, where are abs made? Are abs made in the gym doing crunches, doing hanging leg raises? Let me tell you folks, abs are made right here in the kitchen, in the Gen-Tec kitchen. A lot of us are very, very busy these days, so how do we do it? How do we find in our day to eat all the food in the right amounts, the right foods in the right amounts at the right times to build muscle tissue and lose body fat at the same time? This is $1 million question that we get asked over and over at Gen-Tec. How, especially when we're busy with children, running businesses, having jobs, getting our training done, how are we able to get in shape by eating the meals that we have to eat? And folks, it is crucial because abs are made right here in the kitchen, and this is how you do it, or this is how I do it. All right, let's go through my daily food intake at the moment. I've been dieting a little bit, so I don't look like a burnt out corporate on the Gen-Tec booth at the Arnold Classic or at any other time when we're filming here. So I've been dieting for about 8 weeks to get in shape, to drop down a couple of points on the body fat calipers. We'll start with meal number 1. Probably my favorite meal of the day is to break the fast. I wake up starving every day. So first up, our HydroPro WPI fast digesting protein will help to get amino acids into the bloodstream and muscles as quickly as possible. So we do 40 grams of HydroPro WPI in the blender, 3/4 cup of oats, so it's about 75 grams of oats, a cup of berries. I still love some fruit in the diet even when I'm losing body fat. So about a cup of berries as well. Mixed berries, frozen strawberries, egg whites, optional. I put 150 mils of egg whites in as well. So we're getting about 50 grams of high quality protein for meal number 1. So there we have meal number 1 for those of you that are busy with your kids in the morning and racing out the door to get out to work. $50 grams of high quality protein, fast digesting, 40 grams of carbohydrates, and tastes delicious. Here's meal number 1. 2.5 hours later, we go for meal number 2. We have 140 grams of cooked turkey patties, great quality protein, again low fat, with 140 grams of cooked rice, basmati rice, low glycemic, and about 100 grams of salad. Meal number 2, again we're shooting for around, or I shoot for about 40 grams of high quality protein and around 40 grams of complex carbohydrates with every meal. So that's meal number 2. Meal number 3, some more white meat. I like chicken thighs, a little bit of fat's okay. They're lean chicken thighs. In with 140 grams, in with 140 grams of sweet potato, about 100 grams of green beans. Again, 2.5 hours later, I'll get some red meat in. So I've got some iron, some natural creatine, a little bit more natural fats as well. Again, 140 grams protein, sweet potato, and about 100 grams of broccoli. That'll be my 4th meal of the day and the final one before my 5 p.m. workout. I obviously use Gen-Tec products pre, intra, and post-workout so that I fuel my body for optimal performance whilst dieting. I can still build muscle whilst losing body fat by timing those supplements intelligently. So that's meal number 4. Post-workout, I'll have my HydroPro WPI shake again, in with some creatine, leucine, and colostrum. Final solid meal of the day is going to be back to some white meats. Some beautiful tenderloin, so it's a low-fat protein, in with 140 grams, in with 140 grams of rice, 100 grams again of greens, of broccoli. So there I've got my first liquid meal, which is macronutrients. It's protein powder, it's egg whites, it's berries. So that's meal number 1, right through to 5 solid meals. Now, to keep my sanity, to reward myself for being strict all day long, which to be honest folks has not been that hard, because I get my meals from Nutrition Station here in Sydney or Mitch's Meals, and they allow me when I'm busy. Folks, I'm too busy to prep my meals. We have 3 children at home, we run a household, I run Gen-Tec as a business, I try and get my training in. We have such busy lifestyles these days, I simply won't prep all of my meals. And I gotta tell you, I reckon I've washed enough Tupperware containers for about 10 lifetimes in this lifetime. So I'm quite happy to buy my meals in this fashion, get them down, enjoy them, they're tasty, with the right amount of protein and carbohydrates for my needs to build muscle and lose fat. But again, to keep me sane at the end of the day and as a reward, My favorite, ladies and gentlemen, the coconut casein custard here. I always top it off with a little bit of desiccated coconut, some slivered almonds, because it's great to get some essential fats in, and a little bit of berries as well. Again, I'm not scared of a little bit of fruit. It's low glycemic, there's lots of antioxidants, and a little bit of carbohydrate in with my 40 grams of high quality, slow digesting protein before bed. So along with my protein shake, I'm up around 280 grams of protein a day, about 250 grams of carbs, and minimal fats. I do supplement with the CLA, and I do supplement with fish oils, with meal 1 and with meal 6 being the casein. So there you have it, folks. That's how I build muscle, lose body fat at the same time, eating the right foods in the right amounts at the right times. Makes it very easy when you buy prepped food. But you can certainly do it yourself. I've done it for years. So there you have it, folks. To give you guys a couple of questions we get is salt. Do you have salt? Should I cut sodium out of my diet? Don't I retain water? Sodium's a crucial mineral like many others. I choose the Himalayan rock salt because it's loaded with all sorts of trace elements. Salt's fine. We need salt. We're sweating. It's an essential mineral that we need. Not in excess, but I certainly flavor every one of my meals with some rock salt. Now, the only difference really between my food now to the off season is I'll add a lot more fruit in the off season. I'll increase my carbohydrate content a little bit, but ultimately I just really increase my fats. So the fats that come into it are lots of extra virgin olive oil. I probably have about 10 to 15 meals with every single meal apart from meal 1 where I have fish oil still. So I add a lot of fats in the off season and increase my fruits basically. The other fats that I'll increase, I'll put peanut butter in my shake in the morning. I love peanut butter, and I'll often blend it at nighttime with my chocolate casein. That's the only real difference, is the increase in fat content from my off season to my pre-contest or pre-shoot. That's really the only difference. And the other secret to off-season bodybuilding is rocky road, ladies and gentlemen. You can't go past rocky, no, only kidding. But it's tasty, and you've got to have your treats, folks. You've got to enjoy yourself. And I've got to say, even when I'm dieting like this, I love taking my girls for burgers once a week. You've got to enjoy yourself. You've got to live. And when you're eating so clean, day in, day out, week in, week out, you can certainly have a junk meal once a week to increase the calories, to reward yourself, to stop the boredom of eating the same foods day in, day out. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your abs are made in the kitchen. That is a fact. I don't do any crunches in my workout at the moment whatsoever, and my abs are in pretty good shape, and it's simply because of eating the right foods in the right quantities at the right times. And this is how you do it, folks. 280 grams of protein per day, 250 grams of carbs, minimal fats. The other thing that's very important, H2O, ladies and gentlemen, we must drink at least 42 mils per kilo of body weight per day. So the 100 kilogram guys, at least 4.2 litres of water per day to be hydrated. This is for athletes when we're training hard. For the 60 kilogram ladies, what does that work out to? About 2.5 litres of water a day you need to be consuming. That doesn't include coffee, it doesn't include tea and other diuretics. It's pure ionized water or mineral water, or any sort of filtered water is going to be great for you. So 42 mils per kilo of body weight per day to support hydration, which is crucial to support liver function, fat metabolism, to support life ultimately. But there you have it, folks. Get in the kitchen, do the right thing in the kitchen, and you'll see the right results in the gym and in your physique.